Almost got it. Just need to compress this ultrabound super spring into the toaster.
Professor, why are you putting a high-tension industrial spring into a kitchen appliance?
To make toast faster, Widget, instant ejection. Now put on your safety goggles and hold this release lever.
Negative. My probability processors indicate a 99.9% chance of the toaster exploding and a 100% chance of me being blamed for it.
Oh, pish posh, where's your sense of adventure? Fine, I'll do it myself. 3, 2, 1, launch!
Damage assessment complete. The toaster is terminated. You are embedded in the drywall.
Okay, lesson learned. Some jobs are just too dangerous for fragile human bodies.
Agreed. Human bodies are squishy and leak easily.
Exactly. We get tired, we get bored, and we break when hit by flying toasters. If only there was someone or something we could send to do the dull, dirty, and dangerous jobs for us.
Ahem. Beep boop. You are literally describing me.
By Eureka's dusty beaker, you're right. You're a robot. Hold on to your lug nuts, Widget. Today, we are diving into the history of you. Humans have always wanted mechanical helpers. For thousands of years, inventors built amazing machines called automata.
Definition: automata. Self-operating machines, like wind-up toys.
Yes, ancient Greek engineers made automatic doors opened by steam. In the 1700s, a genius made a mechanical duck that could eat grain and, well, poop it out the other end.
Impressive engineering. Disgusting application.
But these weren't real robots. If you put a wall in front of that mechanical duck, it would just keep walking into the wall forever. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Because it had no brain. It was just gears following a single path. Boring.
Exactly. The big aha moment for robotics wasn't the body, it was the brain. We needed a way for machines to stop just moving and start thinking.
Correction. Not thinking like a human. Processing. We follow code.
Right. Code, the set of instructions. To make a real robot, you need the holy trinity of robotics, the great loop, the big three.
Professor, you are vibrating with excitement. Just tell them the 3 things.
Fine. Sense, think, act. Widget, explain the loop to the brave inventors at home.
Affirmative. Step 1. Sense. A robot needs sensors, like cameras for eyes or microphones for ears. We need to know what the world is doing around us. These are my inputs.
Step 2. Think. The information from the sensors goes into a computer brain. The brain reads the code, the rules the inventor wrote. It says, if I see a wall, then I should stop.
Step 3. Act. The brain sends a signal to my motors, pistons, or speakers. These are my outputs.
It's just like humans. If someone throws a baseball at your face,
I do not have a face.
work with me here. Your eyes sense the ball coming. Your brain thinks, incoming painful sphere, and tells your arms to act by catching it.
It happens in milliseconds. Sense, think, act. Over and over again. That loop is what makes me a robot, and the mechanical pooping duck just a fancy clock.
Precisely. And now that we know the secret, let's go back to the garage and build something that won't complain when I blow it up. Okay, Widget, we need to test that super sprint again, but I'm tired of getting squished. We need a crash test bot.
I have located a crash test dummy in the closet.
Perfect. Let's give him the robotic loop. First, sense. Let's tape this sonar sensor to his chest. It sends out sound waves to see how far away things are.
Next, think. Connect the sensor to this microcontroller board.
I'm programming it now. If sensor sees wall closer than 2 feet, then...
Professor, you missed a semicolon in line 4. Your code is sloppy.
It's artistic. Okay, fixed. And finally, act. If it sees the wall, it needs to hit the brakes. Connect the brain to the servo motors on the wheels. Behold, the Wall Avoider 3000. Let's load him into the spring launcher.
Loading crash test bot. Preparing for high-velocity launch toward the far wall.
This is the best part.
Preparing in 3, 2, 1, activate.
The bot is airborne. Sensors detect the wall approaching rapidly. It's thinking. It's acting. It worked. It sensed the wall and hit the brakes just in time. We have created an autonomous machine.
It is a functional, albeit ugly, robot.
Robots are amazing, Widget. They aren't scary sci-fi monsters. They're just tools that use code to help us explore space, dive deep in the ocean, or just keep me from flying through drywalls.
Indeed, now that we have a working robot, perhaps it can take over my duties.
What duties?
What duties? Cleaning up the remains of the toaster you destroyed earlier.
Nice try, Widget. That job is still yours. Until next time, inventors, keep coding and keep building.